So just a confirmation, final score in that matchup between the Pitbulls and Harare Sports Club. I can confirm that the commentary box was correct. It's a 50 points to 15 to the Pitbulls. And another win on the road, still undefeated in this season and looking to retain their trophy. But we are now turning our attention to another side that will be vying to pick up their second trophy. They are looking for their second win of this tournament. That's Old Georgians on their home patch. And they are playing the new boys. That is the Zambezi Steelers. We've got a number of bulky youngsters. One of them being their outside center, who will be with St. George's again this year. So I'm saying watch out for St. George's. Majita Sitole, this young man is literally a flanker in the back line, I would say. Shama Jackson, a part of this side. We also saw Tigere running onto the field of play. Wunganai, who is the captain.
Unks.
Unks as he's known. And now we've also got a lovely pass. Shama Jackson. It's a bit fluid here from Old Georgians. Starting off, good intent. Oh, breaks through the defensive line. Oh, but great tackle. Great tackle. Not so sure about the positioning there. That number 10 should be Ralph Tekede, if I'm correct, from the Steelers. Ball continues to come. Tigere into contact. Tigere being touted as one of the top fullbacks in the outfit. So just looking at the Old Georgians lineup. That is here, on the field of play. Nokutenda Chinoi in 1. Wayne Malandu in 2. Ryan Namburo in 3. Jeff Muzawazi and Kevin Chedondo are the back rowers. Blindside flanker Notida Masaka. Nax Matembu in 7. Pharrell Maziwa in 8th man position. Tawonga Chingosho in the halfback pairing alongside Tinotenda Rusike. Emmanuel Tawaruva is out on the wing at 11. Tadiwa Unganai Unks, who is the captain on the inside center. Outside center, Shama Jackson. Tia Mike Mlambo on 14. And Tafadzwa Tigere on number 15. And it looks like it's flowing quite smoothly for them. Shama Jackson waiting in the wings. One of the fastest wingers that we do have on the local scene. Plied his trade for Harare Sports Club last year. And actually even brought them close to a final. Losing out to the Pitbulls as they just couldn't get it. Oh, what a pass on the outside. And Mulambo is going to dive in and dot it down for the first try of the match. One of the names, regular names that is missing is PK Manyakara. And PK is missing after popping his shoulder. So obviously we'll need a number of weeks to just to heal himself there. But Brian, obviously the outlook of this Old Georgians lineup is still a little bit too strong for the Steelers.
Oh, definitely be too strong. And already the first exchange of this match has shown that Old Georgians are the stronger side.
Oh yes, 100%. 5 points on the board. Tigere right next to the kicking tee. Goes for it. Manages to make it over. It didn't seem like as if it had enough, but it did make it over. So so the Steelers will come back to the halfway mark. No need to be disappointed at the moment. Still lots of time in the game. Tekede with a nice high-hanging kick. Tekede takes it, looks for the gap, but taken down. Oh, that's a good pass. Oh, but a great tackle. That's a beautiful tackle. Young man wearing number 14 for the Steelers. Wayne Kuraimnashe is in the fly-off position, and you can expect a lot of talk from him. We know Wayne Kuraimnashe played for the Zimanda 18 side, the Craven Week side. Did pretty well down in South Africa. And we know he's a very good hooker. Beautiful, particularly on lineouts. Gets his ball in straight most of the time. Did a perfect job for the Zimanda 18 side as well as for St. John's College last year. And I am sure he will be on the books for Sean D'Souza, the Junior Sables. Don't see too many hookers who are as accurate as him when it comes to the line out and when it comes to set pieces.
And also the size, his frame.
Got a very good frame as well for that scrum. So see how it all goes. Oh, lovely play. Oh, that's an overlap. And the pass, unfortunately, not good enough. He got his foot into touch, and Mazita Sitole will just be thinking he could have gotten that one a bit right, and that could have been try time for the Steelers very easily, Brian.
Overcooked it there, the final pass. Overcooking there, the final pass.
Line out comes in barely against that one, but what's important is he got it, and Tinoru Sike decides to crash ball as a fly off. Something that I hope he can fix because
He wants to be a crashing flyer.
well, I'm not so sure that's his intent, but we will all hope that he doesn't do that. A pop pass. That is one of the players that they have to watch out for. Dangerman for the Steelers. Unfortunately, he'll be there to release the ball. That was a good run, but maybe just that lack of game awareness there and maybe eagerness to want to prove a point. So the two technical benches will know each other quite well. We've got Tatenda Mseba, Hickman, who's and Hickman as well, who are on the technical bench of all Georgians. They were the boys that managed to overhaul Jeff Madaki and Bob Mahari's Pitbulls when they won it 2023. And on the other side, you do have Kiset Chirengende being helped by, not Kiset, rather Ricky Chirengende. My apologies on that one. I'm sure Kiset will be saying, why am I putting him in a coaching job? Not sure you would want that one at the moment. But nonetheless, his brother Ricky Chirengende, Tula Vundla, is in there. Lucky Sitole, part of that technical bench. They've also roped in a Belgian coach.
Level 3.
Level 3 to come in and assist them in that regard. And I think he's done a pretty decent job. Steelers have been very competitive. And that's a nice high-hanging kick. We're looking for the likes of Tigere, tackle him immediately, but Shama Jackson onto the ball. Well, great tackle, taking him into touch. And obviously, people want to see a whole lot more of Shama Jackson. I'm not so sure placing him on the outside center role may necessarily be the best position for him. We know he's high flying when he's a wing. And once you just deliver that ball to him nice and clean, give him a 1v1, it's a try time, anytime, any day.
I think he's more of a back 3 player rather than a midfield player.
Our ball finally comes out. albeit it was a chicken wing pass, but does come out. And that's a penalty against all Georgians and not rolling away. We'll be a little bit confused by that, but they didn't roll away. Quick tap and go. Here trying to catch our all Georgians off guard. Already looking to make, oh, that's a lovely dink behind, and quite unfortunate that it just didn't fall kindly. And the reason why he went for that dink, I can explain to you nice and easy. He saw Tigere coming in from the fullback position and opening up that gap behind. So good game awareness there. That's where the level 3 is coming from, Brian. From Belgium.
From Belgium.
Don't worry, Ricky and Tula and Lucky, we still love you. And we know exactly why that dink was done. But that was a good, smart piece of play, we must add there, Brian.
Very good passage of play there. It seems like Steelers are not being overrode, being in the top flight. They're actually given, all Georgians a run-off for their money.
Just imagine a result if they were to overturn an old Georgians here. What kind of shockwaves would it send across the men's premiership division for under 20? Serious shockwaves. Steelers have been improving it week by week, as we mentioned, 2 consecutive wins. They've done it on the road. And,
Just commentators' kiss. Just when we've been complimenting about how well they've been doing.
Well, I guess they couldn't take a good compliment. But in any case, yeah, mistakes do happen. It happens there, and the Steelers will try and change things around there. Obviously, we'll try and force a defensive scrum where they are going to try and push against all Georgians who are going to be looking to clear their lines. And this defensive scrum belongs to all Georgians. Ref will not allow that. And just talking about the ref, Precious Pazani.
Very seasoned, one of our best referees in the country.
And more importantly, is going to be officiating at the Women's Six Nations very soon. And we wish her the very best of luck. Obviously, this is a very tough role here in Zimbabwe. Oh, that's a great offload to get it. To get it, punts it down field. Looks like Tekede was just offloaded it to one of his teammates. And a little bit surprising to see a Tinoru Sike very much out of position, almost in the second center role, but I guess it all comes to how they play their formations, how they are trying to execute their plans. Good kick into touch. So, the line out is going to be available for all Georgians. Hasn't been looking too good. I must say, Wayne Kuraimnashe has been missing his target. One too many times.
They have not impressed so far. We're not saying they're doing too badly as old Georgians, but they're the stronger team on paper. We're thinking they're just going to blow away the Steelers. But so far, they've not really played a long patch of consistent rugby in this match.
Oh yeah, they haven't. Well, the expectation is that maybe they might be able to play that consistent rugby soon enough. It looks like the kicking tee has come on, feeling the heat of the Steelers and deciding to
Cool down a bit.
cool down a bit by going for post. Look, to be fair, without applying too much pressure, it is a good decision to make. You just want to stretch the lead and maybe just also see how it is from the kicking tee. And Tigere looks like he has missed it. So he's missed it. It's going to be a 22 dropout. Well, a 22 dropout it is. Tigere missing from really the very simplest of places. You would have expected him to do just a little bit better, but
Wow, great awareness there by the Steelers restarting.
but ripped away by the Unks man, only for him to knock it on. A chicken wing pass, and just a little bit too much adrenaline flying around on the pitch there, but quickly cooled down by the ref, saying it's a knock on by the Unks man, the captain, and it's going to be a scrum for the Steelers. So rather than stretching the lead, it has just put on more nerves.
Scrappy play so far by all Georgians.
100%, and they need to tighten up.
And the worrying thing, they've looked good on paper all season, but they've not really got going like in a way where they play some fluid rugby.
Oh yeah, I tend to concur with that. They do have moves, these young boys. They also do have very good players. And as you rightfully said, on paper, they look the part. But on the field, not exactly clicking. Oh, that's a good run. Oh, well, that's a knock-on. Actually, a penalty. Deliberate knockdown.
Should be a yellow card.
Well, I think Precious is going to be a little bit patient.
Because nobody in the law book says a deliberate.
Yeah, it's a yellow card straight, and we hope it doesn't allow any one of these boys to continue to practice that. That's a kick into touch, so Tigere finding a couple of meters. Well, from general assessment and looks, my major challenge I would feel with setting this old Georgian side would be, who do I put where? You've got a Tinoru Sike who most probably would be more comfortable being in an inside or outside center role, playing a fly-off role, and sometimes forgetting and ultimately playing the crushing fly-off. And then Majita Stole, dancing feet, great leg drive as well, but put to a hold by Sharma Jackson. Deciding to go for a punt downfield. Might just be overcooked. Oh, well, it doesn't look like it's overcooked. He's got to get it by the haunches there. A pass to Rusike. And they finally get it out. All Georgians were in serious trouble, but they might just have a good counter-attacking opportunity. He's kicked it, but it looks like it went into touch, and they are not too happy. The old Georgian supporters, they would have felt that that one was still in. But no harm, no foul. It's a line out in favor of the Steelers. But a good kick nonetheless from Tinoru Sike. That was, I would say, a life-saving kick.
They were in trouble there.
They were in serious trouble. But good line out, great take, and also beautiful distribution. Majita Stole picks up on the ball, sidestep, comes in. He's not afraid to take a hit. Great counter-rucking from the old Georgians, but still not gotten possession of the ball. Ball comes out. Usually that's another punt, but that's a high-hanging kick. Well taken.
Chases.
Yeah, and to get it, has got lots of firepower. Shama Jackson, and poor decision making is the one that actually got him tackled. Looks like things are not necessarily happy on the honeymoon side. Tinorusike decides to find a 50-22, and it looks like he might just have found it. No, he hasn't. It hasn't gone into touch. Oh, but a lovely sidestep on the inside, and he decides to go for a kick. Hits an old Georgians player, goes out. So Zambezi Steelers will have a defensive line out. So good for them. But looks like there might be trouble in the old Georgians' paradise with just a few chinks in the armor and misunderstandings. But I'm sure that can be ironed out by the time they get to the halftime break. We do know what Zimbiru did to old Hararians, so this is not foreign to old Georgians. We saw what Zimbiru did. In the second half, however, old Hararians came and stamped their authority. Another big kick. And
not the greatest touch finders there by the Steelers.
No, definitely not. And again, maybe trying to play a game which is not necessarily in their spirit.
Trying to play a kicking game.
Yeah, and I know I will put up my hand for that. When Steelers lost to Pitbulls, I did say they should have played a more kicking game, but they had a more sure boot with Ralph Tekede on that day, and again, not looking too good from Old Georgians as they lose possession again. Steelers should capitalize on this. Might not have another opportunity to do so as the game wears on. They have to capitalize on the mistakes. They have to force more errors.
So what could we think is playing a big role on OGs? Is it the change room is full of big names? Maybe ego, because there's no fluidity in this team.
It's always very tough when you're bringing in some big names, especially that came from high school rugby. There's already this aura about them that they feel that they are at the top level of rugby. But with every level, rugby demands a change. Positional awareness changes. Aspects also change of how you need to exercise your positions. And I think the biggest challenge that Old Georgians currently has right now is in its backline. You do not have naturally positioned people in the positions that they should be playing. So you've got a Shama Jackson who's a winger playing as an outside center. You've got a Nunganai who's an outside center playing as an inside center. You've got a Tinoru Sike who is a fly-half who should be playing either a 12 or a 13. Then you've only got most probably Tafadzo Tigere who's playing his original position, which is fullback. So you've got those challenges, and you've also got the challenges to, do I sit them on the bench, even though they aren't doing too bad, because they've won most of their games, only lost against Pitbull. So a sidestep on the inside, and he accelerates it just a little, taken down. And that was offside from Old Georgians.
So could we say that they're trying to accommodate everyone?
Ultimately, it's trying to accommodate every big name that has come to your club, and maybe they actually should have refused to some of the big names that came to the club, because almost 8 players came from Harare Sports Club to join Old Georgians. And I don't think that was healthy for them. I think they could have also strengthened the Harare Sports Club side and really evened out the competition, but that did not happen. So anyway, more about moaning about what all Georgians should be doing and more about what Zambezi Steelers is doing. And Zambezi Steelers is in very good territory with the line out and attacking line out. The least they should come out with here is a try. Oh, great take. Good line outs. Oh, good running line from Majita Sitole. Can he break all the way through? He does.
What a try.
He does. What a try. Good running line. Young man is not afraid to take on his elder brothers. And he just bamboozled them with a good running line. And now it is 7-5. Still in favor of all Georgians, but the kick is yet to come. And as the kicking tee is coming onto the field of play, the Steelers have done well. Well worked try that one, Brian.
And good set piece. And you notice the way they took that line out and the way the back line ran. It was amazing rugby there, remember.
Oh yeah, amazing rugby. If they can continue to do that, they might just find all Georgians in a place where they are in 6s and 7s. Ah, beautiful kick. There's something that I did cite, and maybe the coaches might say I may not be understanding their tactics, but I found Tino Sike out of position 3/4 of the time. And the line that Majita Sitole ran, I do feel that Tino Sike was supposed to be there, right there. And most likely wasn't. But then again, look, we don't want to apportion blame to anybody. It's a team effort. As all Georgians, they were caught napping defensively and they were sliced open. So now they need to hustle together.
And the scoreline really reflects the game so far. All Georgians haven't really shown up, and Steelers has brought the fight to them. So far, the scoreline is a reflection of what's really happening on the park.
Tigere, huge, deep kick. I'm not so sure if it was the smartest idea to have taken it. And maybe these sidestep he's and oohs and ohs and ahs is what is also killing some of the careers of these players, because they seem to feel like as if the oohs and the ahs is a great play. That sidestep was not necessary. You're in your own 22. Clear your lines.
Playing for the gallery.
Well, the gallery tends to bury you when you lose, because the same gallery will be in the social media handles and comment section. Well, thank you very much for watching Sports Extra. We appreciate all the likes, the follows, the subscriptions. Keep on following, share, subscribe, comment. We love it. When Kuraim Nashe goes in for the hit, there's something he communicated just before the restart of play to Unks. A lovely looping run, still running sideways to get it into traffic. Oh, stolen by Sitole. And the Steelers have stolen the ball, pun intended. Big hoof downfield. And all the Georgians, I am not so sure what that was about, but nonetheless, it did get them out of trouble.
Got them some territory.
Yeah, got them some territory. They could have been in deep trouble had he lost it there. Line out. Steelers getting ready to send it in. They have been very good on their lineouts, have the Steelers, but this one was not in straight. So first lineout that they lose. And wow. All Georgians are going to gain possession here. Now from here, what can we see? Is there going to be some fight? Is there going to be some guts? Can we see some glory? Oh, Steelers with a strong scrum. Rusike gets the pass out. Very good hands, because that came so low. I'm sure the plan was to get it out wider
And faster.
and faster. I think Tinorusuke took one step too many coming into contact there. And I guess begins to highlight once again the positions that they're used to. Because as an outside center, he would know he's going into contact. But as a fly-off, the demand is ship the ball out, distribute it, make the play. So Steelers managing to hold on at the moment. Punching way above their weight. Pass comes out. Oh, lovely pass on the outside. I don't think jumping a tackle is ever wise, but anyway, it looks like he's going to be okay.
I thought he was going to kick a grab or something. There was space to kick.
Well, it seems like the obvious is not so obvious, Brian. And now good pressure. And unfortunately, not so good jackling from Kurai Menashe, a little bit desperate there. Needs to be careful, he's going to get a yellow card, and Kurai Menashe is going to get that yellow card. And they've been forced into this position because it's not clicking on the field of play. They've been forced in to a position that they really are not supposed to be into. And I think all Georgians need to just go through their processes. That touch finder not great. Tigere decides to go for an up and under. Right by the line. Still remains inside. Collected. Pop pass. But they're still inside the field of play. So all Georgians awake to the opportunity. Putting in a good hit. All Georgians now forcing the issue with some physical play. Good pass to Unganai. Gets it out. Oh, that's a good hit. But again, unfortunately, not so good. No, son, you are not on your feet. And that will be a penalty for all Georgians all day long.
Decision time. I'll go for the 3 points if I'm all Georgians right now.
The psychological advantage of being in the lead would help so much. I think we can see even PK Manyakara, who is on the touchline here, hoping that his boys can come out of what has been a doldrum display at the moment and bring out the old Georgians that we're all expecting this season. A ball over the top might just be handy. Into contact and taken down. Again, our lovely sidestep, good running line. Ball comes out to Rusike. Shama Jackson pops it out. Can he get it out? No. Good defensive work. Shama Jackson trying to force it, has been pushed back. So good tussle between the boys and good defensive work from the Steelers. So Steelers are reading the game of all Georgians well. And I guess sometimes that's the disadvantage of being live streamed or being posted up. We get to see all your plays. We get to see all your weaknesses. We get to see all of the challenges that you might be facing. So line out. And Wayne Kurai Menashe on the bench. Good line out once again from the Steelers. Comes out. Going in for a hit. Oh, wow. Good leg drive. Breaks out of 2 tackles. Running onto the ball. Oh, wow. Steelers are on the money. What's happening here? They've gone for a grabber. But unfortunately didn't have too much direction. Great idea and great game sense the Steelers have wiggled their way out of serious trouble from Old Georgians and are now in Old Georgians territory. Good to see Thalma, one of our physios out here doing the most for Old Georgians. Faithful Old Georgian. So a line out is coming for Old Georgians. And currently missing their hooker.
Wow. What a poor throw.
Well, that was an attempt at a 5-meter line out. Doesn't happen. Majita Sitole on his bike hits Shama Jackson. Shama Jackson told to sit down by the young man. A young man who I know he met last year when St. George's played Peterhouse in that draw on Weaver Field. There we go. Was mixing it up with Madden, but Weaver Field. And what a game that was. They ended up in a draw against Peterhouse. They knew they needed a win to end up higher in the rankings, but they just couldn't get it. Or St. John's found the win on the other side of town. But enough about what they did last year, what happened this year and right now is that Shama Jackson has been made to sit down by Majita Sitole. So Brian, I think we are generally approaching that time, almost the halftime break. Each game running for 35 minutes a half, game having started at 5:30. At the present moment, we're looking at 11 minutes past 5. So that would tell us that we're approaching that 40 minutes mark. Around about the 40 minutes mark. So it should be a 40-minute game. My correction there. So let's see how it all goes. Ball fed in. Old Georgians. Better scrum. Unganai decides to go for crash ball. Making some good meters and good carries is Unganai as the captain, shouldering the team to get it. Doesn't get clean ball, but he does get the boot on it. But it looked like it did go backward. It did go backward. It did go backward. It actually did go backward. I'm not so sure if everybody understood, but it did go backward. Anyway, we had the better seats in the house. Steelers on the attack. A couple of side steps. Breaks through the line, but taken down very quickly. Another good hit. Ball distribution has been impeccable for Steelers. Finds a couple of gaps and spaces to manipulate and exploit. Oh, that's a good chip over the top. If the bounce is kind, he's in. Oh, he knocks it on. That was the lead for the Steelers. That was the lead for the Steelers, and they almost got it. Knocked it on. But anyway, that is the halftime break. Precious Pazani says, boys, let's go for the oranges and the drinks. And it's going to be 7 apiece going into the halftime break. Nobody would have thought about this, but it is. Old Georgians, the home side 7, and Steelers 7. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Yes, do not be fooled. Your eyes are not lying to you. It is Old Georgians 7, Steelers 7. And the Steelers have found a way of being able to black out, zone out the Pitbulls at the moment. And Steelers are now onto the ball. Good running line. Again, another big hit. Tried to squeeze his way in. Taken down, but Steelers are still making the meters. And without really rolling away, well, it looks like he lost his rugby jersey in the tussle. So a good aggressive start for the All Georgians in the second half to get it onto the ball. He has failed to find touch. Good leg drive, but finally brought to ground. Ball clean. Mazita Stole goes in. Oh, that's a lovely run. Cuts through them in half. Rusike, however, available to place the tackle. Oh, just losing concentration there. Knock on. They're going to play on the advantage. A huge advantage there. Shama Jackson decides to offload it to his speedster, who's going to pop it back inside. But Shama Jackson also taken down. First piece of rugby that all Georgians have actually dominated. And well, that was ripped away, but done illegally. I'm not so sure if that was a necessary tackle, and adrenaline, as we've said, getting the best of these boys. But at least it quietens down quite quickly. We just put the hose and the spray on that one. And so, moving right ahead. It's a penalty. They decide to go for a tap and go. Surely they are looking for a couple of tries.
This decision of tap and go, yo. I don't understand it. It keeps happening. It's like a cancer within Zim rugby.
Oh, yes. And I think maybe we've played too much sevens rugby for...
And touch rugby.
Yeah, and for our good. And tactically not doing too well. Unks tries to send one over the top. Well collected. But he's lost it as well. It's free for play, free for all. All the Georgians are sprawling all over the floor, and so they lose out on that one. Looking like Tigere right now has got a bit of a dead arm, swinging his arm all around. And it needs to get a bit of a stretcher from the physio. Thelma to the rescue. And finally, Wayne Kuraimnashe gets his yellow card rescinded. Well, it's gone now. 10 minutes he has been on the bench.
In the naughty boys' chair.
Yeah, the naughty boys' chair. Unfortunately, at rugby, we don't have corners to put you in, but we do certainly have a chair if you misbehave. So just waiting for that scrum to set up. Eighth man pick and go. Ball comes out, maybe a little bit too near to the touchline, and that is a penalty, and they didn't clear, they were offside. Looks like they are going to try find touch. Well, he has found touch. I'm not so sure if this is exactly where he wanted. So, all Georgians with a bit of a fight within their minds right now. What do they do? One of their key men out. Oh, well, ball lost. but regained by Steelers. Looks like there was a knock-on right at the base of the ruck. But Precious Pazani bringing it to the first offense, which was the knock-on from the initial line-out. And I think Brian, as a coach right now for all Georgians,
I'll be slightly worried right now that my players have not shown up, and there's still time to turn things around. Scores are still even Steven, so but you'll be hoping as Hickman, you'll be hoping a bit better in the second half.
oh, lovely looping run and a pass, but taken down. Oh, wow, that ball looks like it's loose, and all Georgians have taken advantage of that. Again, all Georgians upon lining up, and he's lost the ball in contact. Another one of those gallery plays, going into contact, making the hit, but losing the ball. The ultimate aim was to have retained that possession and gone ahead. But
Seems like OGs haven't got going today.
yeah,
Nothing is working for them.
yeah, I guess it's one of those days. Sometimes those days do come. I have seen the likes of Pitbulls also doing that, but maybe because of championship status, managing to scrap a game through. And I do believe that all Georgians might just be able to scrap a game through here. But I think the first thing that they have to do is rearrange their backline. This backline is not looking fluid at all, in my humble opinion. And my immediate issue would be to push Shama Jackson to the wing, get one of the wingers to come back in. Push Tinoru Sike out. Majita Sitole, he's on his bike looking to go through, but it was Unks. They needed the Unkster to pull down Majita Sitole, and it's a penalty.
Decision time, Steelers, I'll go for 3 points.
I'd go for 3 points.
And it seems like the kicker tee is being sent by Coach Ricky.
Oh yes, most definitely. It is the wisest, smartest move that they would make. But it looks like they're going to go for a tap and go. They're feeling like they've got the number of all Georgians here. They've pushed into the try box, but not the smartest idea. They are held up. And Brian, unfortunately,
Wrong decision here.
wrong decision made there. They needed to have gone for the 3 points. And it's going to be an in-goal dropout with Tigere right behind it.
Even Coach Ricky's not happy with them not going for the 3 points.
Oh yeah, it's a coach killer.
He had sent the kicking tee. But the players on the field decided something else.
Well, they will have a second bite of the cherry just by the 10-meter, having received the ball. Going into contact, I'm not so sure that was the smartest idea when he had passes around. But anyway, retention of possession is what is important after all. Oh, good pickup. And good tackle. Ball is loose. Popped up. Oh, lovely little dink. Another big tackle by the Steelers. Precious Pazani allowing play to go on. Steelers have got possession. Passing it through the hands. Going in for the hit. It wasn't successful. And that's a penalty, holding on. And again,
Those 3 points might come back and bite the Steelers later.
oh yes, and look at all Georgians here onto his bike. If he's quicker, he might just do it. He decides to go for the dab downfield. And look at Shama Jackson, he's there. Oh well, has it dropped out? Could that be a try? Precious Pazani is going to say, hold on, relax. I'm going to have a chat with the touch judge. and see if I can award that one. But what a chase from Shama Jackson. That's what he wants. He wants to run onto the ball. He's a winger. That's what he's born for. Pace, speed, 4 days. Put him on the wing. Museba and Hickman. Put him on the wing. That's your best bet. And it's try time for all Georgians, much to the relief of the technical bench of all Georgians, and of course to the excitement of those that have come to watch. A slight shame for the Steelers. They're throwing the game away. They had a three-pointer opportunity. They decided to go for the tap. Then they're punished.
Those 3 points could have changed the face of the game.
Ultimately would have put them in the driving seat, would have put panic stations in the All Georgians lineup. But if Tigere does get this conversion right, it doesn't look like off the kicking tee, it's looking good. So score remains 12 points to 7. Steelers are still in it. Well, good to see Moody running the touchline. Come on, Moody. So
it'll be interesting now. Will the Steelers' heads drop or they'll keep on fighting?
I think they'll keep on fighting. I think it's just a one-try game at the moment. They've got 2 victories under their belt. All Georgians are the ones that have got a defeat from last week. So I think at the moment, the confidence still lies with the Steelers. Son, I think you could have collected that ball. But decided to leave that one alone. So that line out will belong to the Steelers, albeit a good, decent kick from Tigere.
Thank you very much, Ms. Zimba and the team. Team is here. I salute you.
So line out getting ready to come. Steelers have been impeccable in their line outs. I think we can literally say almost 100% record when it comes to their line outs. Need to get the ball through their hands. They've got a chance here. But Shama Jackson does get a hold of one of them. Oh, well. Big hit. This boy has got heart. Loses it in contact, and oh well, he was in an offside position. And so the knock-on will be the first infringement that Precious Pazani will count on. Leading 12 points to 7. And looking to make scrum collapses. That's a penalty, and Steelers are the ones causing it to cave in. So the young Steelers looking to steal it. Big hit, but also good defense. Rusike gives it out. Oh, well, Mashita Stole didn't give up. He came back in to that same contact and has held up the Lucid there. But I don't think Precious Pazani was happy.
Offside.
Offside once again. Back 10. And again, interesting decision. Oh, that was a big hit. Tigere picks up on the ball, pops it back inside. Was a good pass. OG's on the attack, on the prowl, looking for that run. Sharma Jackson loses it in contact. And the Steelers are going to drop it down, but the knock-on is going to come back.
But what a run.
What a run. What a run that was. What a run. So all Georgians having a decent purple patch at the moment. But I must also point out to Tigere, lovely to have drawn his defenders out and popped it back inside, created that opportunity for the running lines to be brought through. And that's one thing that I do love about Tigere. Tigere has got an interesting boot on him, got a good tackle as well, can defend at the back. Today, the kicking tee hasn't been his favorite friend, but he won't be too worried about that. Steelers are still making life hard for all Georgians. And that is a beautiful kick into touch. That's a great touch finder, close to the 10-meter mark. And as we stand right now, Brian, looks like there's another substitution that has come in.
Maybe that's what OGs need, to shuffle the pack.
Breathe a bit of life into the whole system. So with the shuffle of the pack, it looks like this winger has come in to the number 9 position, whilst the substitute has come straight to the wing. The shuffle I would have expected was going to be removing, of which it looks like both wingers have been removed from their positions. Well, almost made the offload up until he was then brought down. That's a tap and go. Calling for the ball. Unks tried to get it in. Oh, wow. He's kicked it through. He goes for his football skills, but Sharma Jackson is easily going to come back to that one. And Precious Pazani is going to pull it back, because clearly that was a knock-on. But Brian, as the sun slowly sets here at Old Georgians Sports Club, and this star-studded lineup of Old Georgians players.
They've been scrappy, I don't want to lie to you, Rimbo. They didn't really stamped their authority on the match. So if they do win, I think as a coach you still take it as a win, because we're not yet in the playoffs. But there's so much to work on this side.
Oh yes, so much work needs to be done. Rufaro Shenje is the one coming off 8th man for comes off the field of play. Has put in a decent shift as Rufaro Shenje. Had some really good carries from the base of the scrum, also the base of the ruck. And Old Georgians now. Rusike looking for the ball, gets it, decides to take the run. Unganai now first receiver. Wayne Kuraim Nashe goes in, brought down. Unganai looks for the pass, gets it to Tigere, sends it out. And again, fluidity not their best friend at the moment.
And what was Rusike doing there? You're the 10, you're the playmaker. Why are you holding on to possession?
Instincts of a 12 and a 13 coming in, and looks like we've got a bit of an injury on the park. A young man who has gone to ground. A ref has called for a stop in time, a stop in play, as the player gets attended to. I mean, what would be the discussion right now? I mean, between Ricky, Tula, Lucky, and what would you be expecting him to say to the boys, or what do you think right now should be the tactic for the Steelers, Brian?
the tactic. Let's just continue to do everything we've done in the first half. It has worked. Our set pieces are working. We're recycling the ball well. We just need to keep on working.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of work that needs to be done, but hey, they also need something a little bit magical, or sending it through to somebody magical. And Majita Sitole there needs to be used a little bit more. Maybe try not to be over-centric on face play, but maybe try and get the runners onto the ball.
Push the ball a bit wide.
And get it a coast-to-coast run there. Oh, that's a good take on the line out. Rusike gives it out to one of the forwards. There have been some good carries from Old Georgians, mind you, by the way. Rusike goes into contact, loses possession, and Steelers now on the charge. Stole it at the breakdown and looking to steal a result. Oh, Majita Sitole there. Oh, that's a good dink over the top, but straight into the hands of Tigere. It looks like there's going to be a yellow card. And Tino Rusike finds himself going to the sin bin. And all Georgians have had a second yellow card in this game. Discipline.
He took the player in the air.
Well, discipline is going to be another case and an issue if they are to get out of this very scrappy battle.
If they have to win, they might just lose it.
Well, at the moment, they're 5 points ahead, so they will argue against any form of conspiracy theory that we might have in the commentary box. But they need to do better. And Rusike on the bench, well, on the sin bin chair. Almost taken. Well, that's an advantage for all Georgians. Again, Steelers doing very well to secure the ball off the breakdown. Goes down. Again, sensible play from the Steelers, who are building up play quite nicely. Oh, Tigere. It gets worse before it gets better.
What's happened with the star-studded Old Georgians backline?
Nerves. They are on home turf. The support is heavy as well. Missing a couple of star players, I'll say. I do believe that when we do come back in round 6 of the game weeks, we will have the likes of PK back in there. Emmanuel Gabi, who has been out on a long-term injury, to be back in the side. And hopefully will give the side a little bit of a lift. And maybe not have makeshift.
Oh, decent crowd, by the way. It's almost, we could say we're house full today.
Oh, yeah. A very decent crowd, especially on the near side benches. Oh, that's a lovely dink over the top. Oh, Majita Sitole, soccer skills, but maybe overcooked. Oh, did he get it? He got it! How did he get it? I thought he had run out of space. But he got it. Try time, Majita Sitole. I told you they needed a bit of magic. And that magic came from the young man who is going to be donning the Red Dragons colors this season. Watch out for this boy. The Mukuru Derby Day Festival is coming up very soon. I'm sure you're going to see him in red colors doing very well. But my, oh my, I thought his football skills had actually let him down. Maybe he had overkicked the kick, but he managed to get there. How did he get there? That is going to be a question for the ages. The most important thing is
the conversion which is coming.
The conversion which is coming right now. If he gets this one right, it means the Steelers are in the lead. As the silence comes around the ground, the pressure of this kick is real. Goes for it. Coming in. Unfortunately, not enough distance to make it there. Well, shouldn't be too worried. 12 all against tournament favorites.
Former champions.
Home side. Star-studded.
Both Steelers and OGs playing good rugby here. I'm enjoying the rugby this afternoon. I don't know about you.
So all Georgians have to dig in the tank and find something to do somewhere here. To get it right at the halfway mark, ready to send the ball up top. Looking like a little bit of a different strategy as all Georgians line up slightly different now. Shama Jackson is going to be going for this one. Try and chase it down. And Steelers are chasing. To get it, goes for the kick upfield. Now picked up. Oh, it goes for a dink over the top. It worked wonders the last time round. And Steelers have picked it up. Poppers! Steelers! What have the Steelers done? It's try time for the Steelers. Steelers are in the lead. 17-12. And all Georgians are stunned. Brian, the crowd has gone into absolute delirium here. The Steelers are stealing the show right from under the Dragons' noses. Oh, Brian, is this how we expected the day to end?
Can we be seeing an upset on the cards?
Well, it looks like it's more than an upset. It's an upheaval of the Premiership here. The Paramount Archer Harare Under-20 Rugby League. My word, what a comeback from the Steelers. This time round, he's gonna dazzle himself, get the conversion over. 19-12. 19-12. All Georgians don't have too much time. They have to hustle this one back. To get it with an up and under. The collection finally works out. OG's looking to be a bit aggressive. Good turn to make sure that they return possession. Steelers looking to slow down the game. I'm not so sure that kick was wise. Taken by Shama Jackson. Will he take the bull by the horns? That was a high tackle. You can't do that. Shama Jackson picks it up. Looking to take the bull by the horns. Taken down. Steelers need to spread out now. There's a huge overlap on the far side for Old Georgians. If they can get quick ball out there. Still deciding to go into contact. I'm not so sure they've lifted up their heads to try and get the ball out. There we go. Big tackle again. Ball is out. Again. Another phase. I can't believe my eyes. Oh, Steelers with a big tackle. Oh, they are motivated.
Some time off.
Oh, Brian, what a dramatic end here.
We're seeing everything. Crunching tackles, spectacular tries.
And we're about to see a result we never would have expected. So it looks like there's an injury there for an Old Georgians player. Also a Steelers player who's down, quickly being attended to by the physios. Sorry, gents. Sorry, guys. Can you please? Alrighty then. So here we are. Back up from that injury break, and Steelers continue to pile on the pressure, still leading 19 points to 12 against the Old Georgians after that injury break. And oof, Old Georgians need something from somewhere. Wayne Kurayamnashe trying to make things happen. The last we heard and checked is that 3 minutes are left in this match. If they manage to hold on somehow, some way, the Steelers, they would have come out with the upset of the weekend. And they are looking like they do not want to give up on this one. Whatever the technical bench has said at the halftime break was enough and is proving to be enough. Counter-rucking. Looks like it was knocked back. So all Georgians are still in it. Oh, good leg drive, good run. Need a good pickup, quick ball. Wayne Kuraimanashe gets the ball. Tries to go in for a hit. Well cleared. Looking for the pass. Goes back. Oh, picked up. He's gone. He's gone. He's gone. Shama Jackson following. Try time. Steelers have killed it. Steelers have stolen it. 24-12 in between the sticks, and the Steelers have done it.
Remember, I'm out of words here. I'm out of words.
What a performance. What a performance from the Zambezi Steelers. They brought light to a match which we thought was going to be one-sided. They've taken a 12-point lead with arguably a minute or so to go in this match. All Georgians found wanting again within their back line. Once that ball popped up, the young man got on his bike and no one was catching up with him. Shama Jackson tried. And that is another well-converted kick.
Conversion is successful. Scoreline reads 26.
Steelers are now leading by 14 points, 2 converted tries that the all Georgians need in the last, I don't know how many seconds if they can do it, in order to rescue this match on home patch. It hasn't been their best day. I know the coaches will also admit to that. To get it high, hanging, the chase, bounces forward. Wayne Kuraimanashe claims it but knocks it on. And it's advantage Steelers. This should be the last play. He goes upfield. Shama Jackson is going to pick it up. Is he going to take the bull by the horns and start going? He is going. We know Shama Jackson, once he gets on these runs, he tends to score, but he's tackled. He's hacked down. And he's hacked out of play. Precious Pazani still not yet looking at her watch. She's saying a line out there. She looks at her watch. Just a short glance. Time is going. Time is of the essence. And if the Steelers can win this line out, it's kick it into touch and claim the most famous victory of their entire club lives. Well, not so sure what happened there. Short-term penalty. Might have been balking. A tap and go. Wayne Kuraimanashe decides to go into contact. Puts in a decent hit. Needs some support. They knock it backwards. A tackle put in by the Steelers. Unganai goes for a dab. Oh well, knocked into the hands of the Steelers. It's knocked on, belongs to the Steelers, and it's still a scrum.
Seems like we still got another minute of play left. Could be the last passage of the game.
Last passage of the game.
Sorry, guys.
It's going to be a scrum. It's in favor. It's in favor of the Steelers. Favor of the Steelers. They get the ball. Eighth man break. Pops it out. He's going on his bike. Maji Tasitole puts in a big hit. Oh, hasn't he shifted? Well, that's a penalty. Penalty. All Georgians go for the tap and go.
And you can slowly see now the heads have dropped.
Indeed, the heads have dropped.
Look at the pack of St. George's. They look shocked. As much as The ref has not blown the full whistle, but you could see already they're out of it.
Well, they do know that the inevitability of this result is that even if they score a converted try right now, Steelers have run away with it. Ball comes out with the Steelers. They've stolen it. They're going to kick it out of play. Does it make it out of play? Punched back, and they've got another chance. Sidesteps inside. But he's taken down, throws it out of play. And so it is a penalty. Deliberately throwing it out of play is not allowed. So anyway, Tigere takes it on his hands. A couple of side steps, but still too little, too late. So again, ball. He knocks it on. But surely this should be the end of play. Knock on from both sides. And that's the end of it. The Steelers have stolen the victory on the All Georgians patch, winning 26-12. And All Georgians have lost 2 consecutive matches on the bounce. And that obviously puts their qualification into the playoff stages in a bit of a pretty pickle. Look, they've already had quite a number of good victories, Brian, along the way. But if they play against Harare Sports Club and if they lose, they could be playing just for a playoff place and not make it over to the semi-finals. But what a display from the Zambezi Steelers.
Wow, I'm shocked, Rainbow, with this result. The Steelers have really put this league on its head.
Oh yes, they've turned this league on its head, winning 26-12. I mean, 2 late tries, both of them converted. I mean, all of the star players couldn't do anything. They tried their best. Shama Jackson went on solo runs. Tigere, unfortunately, from the kicking tee was not looking good. But for the Steelers, the likes of Shenje, the likes of Majita Sitole, their number 11, still yet to get his name, they put in a solid shift. A couple of hits as well from their forward pack. But what we can say is that it's been an absolute spectacle. The end of what has been a phenomenal round 5 of the Paramount Archer Harare Under-20 Rugby League. It ends here at All Georgians Sports Club. Zambezi Steelers 26, All Georgians 12.